Processed foods are everywhere. Any food changed from its natural state is considered processed. Everything from baked goods, breads, meats, granola bars, chips and crackers, to candy, cereal, marshmallows, cheese, dried fruits, and just about everything that comes in a can has some form of food additive in it. Food additive is a blanket term for any substance added to food to get a desirable effect. There are nutritional additives, which are used to add back nutrition lost during production, and there are preservatives. Preservatives make the food last longer on the shelf or in the package. There are many different types of preservatives. Each one has its own specific purpose, so many different preservatives are added to food. Some preservatives are natural, like salt and honey, and are, for the most part, completely safe to consume. There are artificial preservatives, however, that can be very harmful to the body. Artificial preservatives can cause high blood pressure, high blood sugar, extra body fat, and unusual cholesterol levels, which increases the risk for heart disease, stroke, or diabetes. Stacey, Maedge, a local nutritionist and owner of the Gut Check Kitchen in Loomis, provided some insight into her personal experience seeing what these processed foods have done to people.
I've seen a lot of people with cancer. I've seen a lot of kids specifically with learning disabilities and just irritability. Once the parents or the individual cleans up their diet to less processed, a lot of those things go away.
In 2021, California's Office of Environmental Health Hazard Assessment looked into links with preservatives and ADHD and found that human studies indicate that synthetic food dyes are associated with adverse neurobehavioral outcomes in children. The Office of Environmental Health Hazard Assessment then found that common exposures to red number 3 from a few foods may exceed the existing ADI. An ADI, or an acceptable daily intake level, is the amount of a substance that the FDA considers safe to consume every day over the course of a person's lifetime. Red number 3 was banned in cosmetics by the FDA in 1990 because it was shown to cause cancer. However, it is still allowed in foods, sometimes in unsafe levels.
For some reason, it continues to be in our food supply. You find this stuff in Skittles and hot Cheetos, things like that. It's all over the place, but it's weird. You can't put it on your face, but you can consume it.
Children are very dependent on a high-quality, healthy meal to support them throughout the day. Their focus, activity, and growth all depend on how well they eat, which makes it important to give them the best food possible, especially while at school. Assembly Bill 2316 was recently signed into law. It requires the manufacturers of school foods to eliminate 6 artificial dyes from their recipes: red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6, blue 1, blue 2, and green 3. Joe Patterson is the assembly member representing most of Placer and El Dorado counties. He supported this bill.
It requires school foods by January 1st, 2028 to be free of these artificial dyes and things like that. Why are we putting substances in school foods that there are alternatives that aren't as unhealthy? Why do I have to have the known carcinogen in my food?
One of the biggest factors you can control in living a long, healthy life is eating fresh foods. You need to understand what you are putting into your body and then make an informed decision, hopefully choosing a healthier alternative.
I feel like it's so important for people to read food labels and understand what some of these things are. Turn the package over at the grocery store and you should be able to pronounce everything that's on that ingredient list. We need to train ourselves to actually look at the ingredient label and say, okay, do I recognize this as food?
Read the labels and tags on the food. Make sure you recognize the ingredients and can pronounce them all. The long, complicated names are often the chemicals or ingredients made synthetically in a lab. Foods labeled natural are often less processed and sometimes will have preservative-free stickers. Try to avoid frozen dinners, pre-packaged snacks, canned food, and instant or ready-to-eat meals. Choose whole fruits and vegetables instead of the pre-cut and packaged boxes when you can. Try to find healthier alternatives to quick snacks. Instead of chips and crackers, get nuts and seeds that are healthier for you. Check the expiration date of food. Foods with extra long shelf lives often have more preservatives in them. Try to plan meals ahead of time and add the freshest ingredients possible.
I feel like if families can just get back to eating real food and understanding what that means and helping kids understand what that means. Educating our kids, our youth, is really important because then they can go on and live their lives free of these chemicals.
Whenever it is possible, try to get fresh food with minimal processing and preservatives. Know what you are putting into your body, because the wrong things can be harmful. Living a long, healthy life is something worth working towards, and the first step in that is making healthy dietary choices. Every small step matters. Encourage people around you to make healthier decisions as well. Know what you eat. Choose your food wisely. Let every choice be one that benefits you and helps your body. Preserve your health, not your food.